It's Amy Nicholas. Haven't done a live in a little while. Back at you with a quick tip video: how to use music to attract your dream. Who am I and why should you care? I've been studying personal development, success, law of attraction stuff, manifestation, gone to seminars, events, courses, done all this stuff for like 9 years. Read a crap ton of books. And I can tell you that I don't think there was really much of this ever talked about. In fact, there was some people I listened to who criticized listening to music, and that if you listen to music and you weren't, 24/7 listening to personal development, your life was going down the toilet. And I'm here to say that I'm all for listening to, hey Steve, I'm all for listening to music, but like also personal development. Not listening to any music and only listening to personal development kind of like made me like depressed. It was weird. So I didn't find that tip to be very helpful. And of all the speakers I've listened to over the years, very few of them talk about the power of using music to put you into what I call a dream state. And the way I use it, the way it's been beneficial for me, is I take time, usually in the evenings. I just find that it's easier for me. Hey, Steve. Usually in the evenings, it's just easier for me to be in this, like, I guess it's sort of close to when you go to sleep, you're in delta. Is the brainwave. And the one right before that, I believe, is theta, and then there's alpha. So I'm somewhere between alpha and theta in the mental brainwaves, and that's a perfect place to be because you're sort of like in a creative state and you're also like getting ready to go to bed. So your mind is a little bit more relaxed and you're a little bit more open to listening and being present into what you're thinking about. You don't have all the other stuff going on from the day. So I'll pop on the headphones and I have like playlists of songs that will get me into this dream state. And I'm very focused, I'm very intent on basically playing out the scene in my mind of like, what is this dream state and what is happening in my specific dream. So as I talk about in other videos, I've talked about before, you want a very clear mental, you could say picture, but I'd prefer to say video in your mind. And it's basically to help you get into this state faster and faster. And as you tweak this dream state, as you go into this frame of mind, imagination workshop, if you want to call it, it's going to become clearer every time. Like, this is the dream and this is how it might play out, and you can keep shaping it, and I think music helps you to just go there faster. So if you have certain kinds of music, and here everybody is different. I've heard in the past that certain classical music and things like that are beneficial for creative brain activity. Personally, classical music is okay to me. I don't go out of my way to listen to it. So if it irritates you or bothers you, like, that's not the right kind of music. Some of the stuff I listen to has words, in the song, and some of the stuff is just instrumental type of music. Personally, I just seem to get into a trance type of state easier with like house music. I think it has to do with the beat. There's a specific like hertz beat or something in that kind of music. I've got other songs though, sometimes that get me there too. So putting together playlists. I use YouTube. I pay for the premium, like $12 a month, whatever it is. So I don't have commercials because that would just irritate the crap out of me to be like, oh, I'm there, I'm mentally in my imaginative state. And then like a commercial comes on. No, you don't want that. So go for the premium, whatever subscription service you got, and put together a playlist. And sometimes I'm able to do this for multiple songs. I can listen to a few songs in a row, really be present, really be in that dream state. And sometimes I'm just not 100% feeling it. So one song and I'm kind of like in and out, like in the imagination out. Don't ever stay too long where you feel irritated or like, I don't believe this isn't working. Don't stay too long there, okay? So the longer the better, but if you don't feel it, leave it. Now, the other thing I'm doing is oftentimes I'm closing my eyes. So I'm closing my eyes, I'm listening to music, I'm feeling how it would feel as if this dream movie, so to speak, is playing out right now. Like, I can feel sometimes my heart rate increasing because my mind is literally tricked into thinking I'm going through what the dream is. And for me, it has to do with acting, and acting with a specific actor that I want to work with in a very specific TV show, and like having this specific scenario playing out. And so I've given myself space to play with that in my imagination. Like, what might we be doing? What might we filming? What type of scene? What am I wearing? Using these kinds of details in your imagination will help you to make it more crystallized, make it more clear. So adding all that to it. What am I seeing? Very much I'm a visual person, so very much focused on what am I seeing? What am I hearing? Putting all the sensory stuff into your imagination workshop is very critical once you start to hone in and once you start to clarify, like, what is this dream really? If you're in a place where you're not even sure what you want, don't worry about that right now, but just get clear on, like, what would I 100% love? And I'm the type that, like, if you ever posted what your dream was on this chat, I would 100% believe in you, because everybody has a dream, whether they know what it is or not. Everybody has one, and sometimes it's buried deep down and repressed because we don't believe it. It's so far from what we can picture actually happening that we can't even put it into words, nor do we dare to, because we're so afraid that, someone will laugh at us, someone will ridicule. I can tell you this, I would not laugh. I would totally stand and support, because I've just seen some really wild stuff happen in my own life pursuing a dream. Okay. So no dream is stupid or too big or too crazy or any of that crap. Dreams are powerful, and we all have them because we all are meant to do something on this earth. Okay. So just putting that out there. But yeah, so you're in the dream state. You are listening to the music. Headphones is a win. If you can do the headphones, you're going to get there faster. That's what I'm saying. Just these are the fastest ways to get what you want. Headphones, music you love. Get in the imagination. Feel it. Like, what am I seeing? What am I feeling? What am I thinking? How do I look? Like, I've even pictured what I'm, like, dressed in, for my specific acting dream. What are other people wearing? What time of day is it? Where are you physically? What else is around you? What noises, what smells, what sounds, what things are happening within that. The more detail you can add to the dream, the more it's going to feel real. I've literally come out of this state of, like, listening to my music, going through my visualization, and been like, holy crap, like, this has already happened. Like, I am so into it that I feel like in that moment, this has already actually happened. I know I just went into this imagination thing, and I know I just, was like in my head, but when I get out of it, I literally have felt, holy crap, this has already happened. On some level, on some quantum level, and there's no separation between space and time, as scientists try to explain. I don't know how that works exactly, but yeah, that's what they tell us. So when you're getting into that state, it's like the two things are fusing together, okay? Because what you want wants you. And you're honed in, and your energy is raised, and your vibration is like, ooh, I'm keyed in here. I'm really in the imagination state. And that is bringing what you want to you. It's literally a magnet. The things that have happened in my personal life since I started really dialing in on this process of using music and using this imagination thing, weird, crazy, weird, okay? Not so much weird and crazy, but the other night I had a dream. Right after I did this exercise, I had a dream. I was in the dream, and the dream of the dream is what happened. And it was so real to me. I thought it had actually happened when I woke up, especially because in that dream, I was telling somebody else, a friend, I'm not even sure who it was, I told them that the dream had happened. And then I woke up and I'm like, wait, but I thought this happened because it was so real. I told somebody it had happened in the dream, you know. So the lines will blur. And it's kind of cool how that happens. I will say, like on a more manifesting level, that of my specific acting dream, I started to hone in and tweak this when I first moved to Missouri. I moved here like 5 months ago. And when I got here, you know, I settled in for a couple of weeks, a month or so, and then I was like, you know what? It's time to dream again. It's time to open up this idea that had been kind of simmering in the back of my head. And so probably since like June-ish, you know, I've been really dialed in. Since June, I hadn't acted in 15 years, okay? 15 freaking years. I had done no acting, had no interest, thought it was a dead dream, wasn't gonna ever do it again. I'm an internet entrepreneur. I am doing other things, and it just wasn't on the table, you know? Kenan, what's up? Tell my clients that music is a buffet of frequencies ready to resonate or sync with the frequency of the brain. Peter Ragnar, I know him, used to say, what you want wants you. Yes. Thank you for saying his name, because I know that I'd heard the quote. I just didn't know from whom. But yeah, that's awesome. And I love that you said that it's a buffet of frequencies. Yes. I think that is why we all love like different kinds of music. And sometimes when you listen to music, you're like, oh yeah, I love this song. And sometimes you listen to the same song and you're like, man, I'm tired of this song, you know, or you just feel like listening to something else because you are literally on a different frequency. And so, yeah, if you can sync yourself, that's why I have a playlist. Some songs, boom, I'm right into the imagination, you know. Other songs, you know, it's in my list and I'm like, nah, just not feeling it today. So yeah, appreciate you sharing that. Sina, music sound can cause to the vibration of brain. I'm guessing you're asking, like, does music actually affect the vibrational waves of your brain? Personally, I think it does. I don't know the science exactly, but I do know there's literal things on like YouTube that you can tune your brain to a specific frequency. I used to listen a lot to alpha wave meditations, theta meditations for like getting into a like a workflow state. I find alpha is more for creative kind of stuff. So yeah, I think that music, like, it's weird with songs and things that have lyrics and stuff like that. It's a little different. But yeah, I mean, honestly, I think it does change your vibration because to think about it, like, a good song comes on the radio and you're like, man, I haven't heard that song in 20 years, you know? And you're like really into it and all of a sudden you feel differently. So you could say that that's changing your vibration if you felt differently. Yeah, so back to my acting thing. So for 15 years, no acting. And I saw somebody on a movie, and then I saw him on a TV show. God help me, I still don't know the reason why, but it woke up this dream in me. I don't know why it was him. I have no idea. But the dream was to work with this person and to be on this show. And I was like, you know, I don't even know why I have this dream because I haven't acted in so long. And then as I started to think about it, I'm like, you know, it'd be kind of cool to get back into it. You know, what the hey. So within like 2 months, okay, of doing this or having this dream, the actions that I took and the things that happened were a little bit surreal. Like in the past, I had been very bogged down with like the mentality of acting. You know, it's some acting classes, some environments. I went to school for this. Like I went to college and became a theater major. And there was so much like criticism, ridicule, pointing fingers at what you were doing wrong. You know, it was a very like self-loathing type of environment that I grew up around acting. And it's no wonder that I was like, screw this, I'm done, you know? And when I came back, it was an entirely different experience. I picked an online acting class out of like the thin air. If anybody's curious, I found him on Instagram, Path for the Actor, Greg Sims, shout out. The most welcoming environment I've ever been in for acting. Powerful class. The technique is amazing. So I joined the class. I got professional headshots done in Chicago. I got myself on Actors Access, which is like an internet website for submitting to auditions. Started submitting, requesting auditions, started getting auditions. Every week I was getting multiple requests to audition. And this is based off headshots, mind you. Headshots and a resume, which I had a little bit of a resume. And within 2 months, I had booked an industrial film, which is like a corporate video for Google. And I also booked a lead role in a short independent film in Chicago. So I was in California 1 week, and next week I was in Chicago. And this all happened in 2 months. Now, on top of that, one of my goals with acting, one of my, I think, experiences I was looking for was like, I want to work with amazing, fun, successful, happy people. And part of the dream for me, like I said, working on this specific show, I was like, well, it'd be cool to like interact with the people involved in this show. So I kid you not, this is a major television show, big show, by the way. I have been in touch with 4 of the supporting actors from this show, all three casting directors on the show, 1 executive producer, 2 writers, through Instagram, through just like little connections on Instagram. And I'm like, what the heck? Like it's so crazy. Yeah, exactly, Steve. Let it rip. So crazy. Like, why was it different? Why was it different 15 years ago where I was like in the struggle and acting was hard and, there's some days I hated it, and then the dream completely changed and I had this other new epiphany about it, and I'm like, all of a sudden things were just flowing, and I'm here to say that when you have a dream and you are crystal clear on what that is and what you're doing, and that it's, it's a done deal. Like in my mind, like I said, I've come out of these imaginative states. It is a done freaking deal. Like I'm not even like, oh, when's it gonna happen? I'm like, no. It's already happened. I feel so good when I come out of that state. And throughout the day, because this kind of like lives with you. Throughout the day, you'll feel so good from going into that imagination and coming out and believing that's already done, that you will find yourself taking actions in a completely different way. Vibration. Yes, exactly, Steve. 100. I'm on a different level. That's all I can say. I'm on a different level, So anyways, I hope this video was helpful for somebody. Appreciate y'all watching, hearts and all that good stuff. Using music is powerful. Use it. Go back to the beginning if you missed any of it, where I explain exactly how to use it in a specific state of mind for the most impact. I definitely feel like this practice, I haven't done it every single night, but since I've been doing this, since about June, I have felt that much closer to getting the thing of the thing of the thing. and I don't know, there's other things that I do. There's other, I talk about my dream life recordings and stuff like that. There's other things that I do, but I just sometimes feel like this one feels so powerful and so real. It's just, whoo, just talking about it is taking me off on another level. So anyways, wanted to also mention that I'm finally putting some of this stuff in a format that's easy to consume. Yeah, I already have it, Steve. To easy to consume, and that's my Attract My Dream Epic e-course. This is an email course I'm just launching. It's on pre-sale right now because it's not actually created, by the way. But for those who are interested in being a beta tester, you can check out the link in my bio or attractmydreams.com. To learn more about that, and I'm excited to get it out there and to get concrete advice to people of what has actually been tested, works, repeatable, because what I found in my own studies, I've been studying this stuff for like 9 years, and I would go to the seminars and I would take these courses and I would listen to these people and I'd read these books. And I would try this stuff and it would work maybe, but not for like long term. It would just stop working. And I didn't understand what was going on. I'm like, is it me? Like, it's just, it's just me. Like there's something wrong with me. I don't know. So what I've come to find out, bottom line is this, there are many techniques that work. The problem is most people are not applying it in the energetic way that they're meant to be applied. And a lot of people have no idea how to teach this. In fact, they probably don't even know that that's why their, students or whatever are not getting any results. So I'm putting my energetic approach into this email course to help people actually have, results that stick. So check it out, trackmydreams.com. Like I said, link is also in the bio. I will see you on the next one. Take care.